Once upon a time, there was a business owner. That business owner was me, Michael Rickards. I started with a gym, just one. It was a little personal training studio, actually. I built it up. People came, people stayed, earned a good reputation, place worked. I opened a training provider next to it, or within it, really. It delivered fitness qualifications to begin with, but expanded from there, right the way to apprenticeships, multiple provision, teacher training qualifications, so much more, different funding streams. Believe me, that grew. After a few years, it went nationwide. I had centres everywhere. The gym itself expanded into a building 4.5, 5 times the size. And then opened another gym. I then opened a contracting business, the property maintenance and so on and so forth, then another. And all of these business, all of them that were running, they were mine. And from the outside, it looked like I'd cracked it. It felt like I'd cracked it. I felt invincible. I felt on top of the world. But here's what I never tell people on LinkedIn. To run 4 businesses, you need people. You can't be everywhere, so you trust them. You essentially hand them keys to the things that you spent years building, you poured your heart and soul into, and you hope, you really hope that they care about it the way you do. Some did, some didn't. And listen, it's not really fair of me to expect everyone to care about my business as much as I do. It's not realistic either. Then circumstances outside of my control. The economy shifted. Contracts started getting cancelled by the government due to government cuts, the change of hands when it changed from Conservative to Labour. And the cracks I'd been papering over, and because I was too busy putting out fires to fix them properly, those cracks became holes. Some people lied to me. Some ran. When it got hard, some stayed, but stopped caring. I ended up in legal battles, liquidation, hundreds and thousands of pounds in personal debt from a business I'd poured my life into. And the whole time, I kept thinking the same thing before that business had collapsed, during that and after. If only I could clone myself. Because at the end of the day, the only person I could really trust to care, the person I could trust to care enough, like me, to show up, to remember all the small stuff, to care as much as I do, to work the hours I was willing to do and still willing to do. Well, the only person, realistically, that was me. Again, it wouldn't be fair to expect other people to do that. But I'm one person. I've got a wife. I've got 2 kids, 2 beautiful children. One of them 10 years old, autistic. Both of them, all of them, my family, my wife too, they need me present. They needed me present. Not present, but thinking about an invoice or how I'm going to pay that bill or this staff member that's causing problems or anything in business that is so important. Because the thing is, contrary to what people may think about us business owners, we can't read every email. We can't take every call. We can't chase every quote. I certainly can't. Can't look at every bank balance, every statement, every line on that statement, every day across every business. Nobody can. So what most of us do, or at least what I did for years, is I juggled apps. We tend to juggle these different apps, don't we? These different apps come out, you think that looks cool, that can save you time. Gmail in one tab, Xero or Free Agent or Sage or whatever, or QuickBooks in another tab, WhatsApp on the phone, a CRM that you barely use. No offense to CRMs, some of them are great, but ones that you barely use or understand. Multiple spreadsheets everywhere on your OneDrive or your G Drive, Google Drive, whatever you're using. A calendar that doesn't seem to link to anything else, no matter how much you try. And we tell ourselves we're running a business. We're not. We're not at all. We're essentially, what can I think of? Good expression. Whack-a-mole. We're playing whack-a-mole with her own life, literally. That's why I built Business Hero. I built it for me initially. And it's not because I wanted to start another company. God knows I didn't. I built it because I needed it. I needed one place where everything lives. One login. All the data. A place where my emails come in, they're already sorted by a very clever AI that I built called Aria into that software. So those emails already sorted, already categorized, already actioned, already summarized for me. I get the information I need at a glance. A place where my finances also live. A place where my finances aren't a 40-minute login and trying to figure out what on earth's going on. Don't get me wrong, these accounting softwares are great, but it's another login. It's a place where that accounting software, it's linked to Business Hero. It's put in one place and it's presented in a way at a glance where I can see exactly where I stand. A place where a customer calling at a time that I'm not around, busy, off shift, whatever, trying to enjoy my family. But because that call's lost, the job's lost. Actually, it's a place where that call gets answered by Aria. And Aria knows my business. She's trained specifically on business. She talks naturally, fluently, and she books in appointments for me. She explains everything needed about the business. And if needed, she can put it through to me and they can leave me a WhatsApp or a voicemail or whatever. Some action has been taken. I'm less likely or haven't lost that job. A place where I can send a quote for my contracting business, for example. But I can send that quote in minutes, not hours, at 10 o'clock at night. I can be on site on my phone using the app version of Business Hero. I can upload the photos, a few notes, and the quote is auto-generated. But it's there line by line that I can also edit very quickly. So instead of taking me hours to do that quote, it's done in minutes using top-level AI. But here's the part I'm most proud of. The part I personally need the most. And the part that nobody else is building. Every Friday morning, I sit down with Aria, who has access to all the data in my business across the whole app. And we have a board meeting, because we can. We have a high-level board meeting, a real one. She walks me through the numbers from the week, from the month, from all time. She walks me through the revenue, the expenses, the categories that the money went into, where I'm leaking cash. She compares it to last week, last month, whatever time frame. She tells me which quotes I sent that haven't been accepted yet for my contracting business, which invoices are overdue, which leads went cold, what type of emails I'm getting, how many in my junk, how many in my queries, the calls I'm getting, how many are leads, how many are leading to something. She can take all of this data from across the whole business and give me an objective assessment on how my business is performing and then set goals with me. And then each week she asks me how I performed against those goals. She does what no one else could have done. She holds me accountable to myself. And I have to answer because she remembers it all. She wrote it down and she's holding me accountable. Then, after we've set the goals, I know, again, she's going to follow up on those goals. Next Friday, she's going to help me set more goals. That meeting, that's one I show up for. That's one I show up for every week. And it's done more for my businesses and my own sanity than any consultant course or any book I've ever paid for in the past. Because the problem was never that I didn't know what to do. I've been running businesses since 2013 and I've experienced successes and failures. I've worked with multiple business owners, watched their successes and failures. I've learned a lot. I even know lots about credit, finance, liquidation, and so on and so forth. The problem was I had no time, no headspace, and no one holding me to it. A board meeting was with myself, for example. Well, it's one I'm going to skip because I'm probably not going to like to hear what I'm going to say to myself. And I don't have access to all the data because I'm only human. A board meeting with Aria, however, who's already done the prep, already pulled the data, already remembers what I said last week, that's a meeting I actually show up for. Listen, I'm not going to pretend Business Hero is going to fix everything. Running a small business is hard. People will still let you down. And most of the time, it's never personal. Contracts will still get cancelled. That's never personal, especially in the challenging times we live in. Some weeks, you'll still feel like you're holding it all together, or you'll still feel like you're trying, to hold it all together. Both hands tied behind your back, or one hand while the other one's on fire. and you will get burned as well. But you shouldn't be trying to hold everything together across several different apps, AI powered or not, hundreds of spreadsheets, and no real idea where you actually stand because you're on site trying to send quotes, working till midnight or whatever. Yeah, you shouldn't be missing time with your family, your kids, especially kids at my age. That's something you're never going to get back. It's not running a business. That's a slow motion breakdown. Business Hero was built by me because I just wanted it to help me. But it's turned into something else now. It's turned into something that I totally trust, and it's been an absolute game changer for me. Business Hero has been built by someone who suffered successes and failures in business. And I'm passionate about helping small to medium businesses. All I'm asking from this video is for you to take 10 minutes to work with me to help me build Business Hero by trialing it with me. If you've watched this video and any of it's resonated with you and you've sat there and thought, that's me. You sat there and thought, yeah, I do that. Or at least a little bit of it has resonated. Again, all I'm asking is that you contact me, any of the usual channels. You contact me, talk to me, and let's work together as business owners. Use Business Hero and help me to continue building it and make it even better. My passion, especially with the pains I've suffered and the successes, is to help other small business owners and medium-sized business owners to succeed and continue to succeed and never have to experience what I've experienced with failure. Failure, you do learn a lot. But there's failure, and then there's liquidation failure, where you are seen as guilty and have to prove yourself as innocent, when actually what happened to you was misfortune, not failure. It's not something I would recommend to anyone. So I'm very passionate about helping other business owners succeed, especially in this tough economy and over-regulated environment. So contact me. Let's have a chat. Help me build Business Hero together.